Log recording, 8:44 in the evening. It's the 27th of May, 2023. It is still Saturday night. The Weaver John C. Roseman, California. Posting on the diary of the griever named John Weaver, which would be me. So what's going on, guys? My neighbor kid's going crazy. That's about normal these days. And also, I was reminded to get up this evening to make a dedication to my dearly departed brother. Yeah, I have seen so many triggers today. But the thing is, nothing's been actuated yet. I hadn't gotten into the crying spells. I hadn't gotten into the depression stages yet because I'm still recovering from the last one. Tomorrow is today. Tomorrow is the anniversary again. An anniversary of a natal birth that would made my brother about 60 something. 65, I think. Yeah, 65. September 8th will be the 5 year mark coming up. And I'm still having a hard time trying to deal and cope on that one. But it hasn't hit me yet on that one. I'm just in the waiting period and the waiting phase of when I'm going to get emotionally knocked on my ass again on this. I mean, I was watching the news a little bit here and there just to see whether or not we're going to be going over the fiscal cliff. And apparently we got a tentative deal with his lordship, House Leader, McCarthy, the Bakersfield area, and also the Roseman Armpit Society of the Antelope Valley. Ugh, yeah, tell me about it. I don't even like that schmuck anyway. But he managed to work out a deal with President Biden to keep us from going over the cliff. But from what I gather, concerning about part of the deal is we got no spending cuts, but we got spending freezes for the next 2 years until the next term happens. And we've also got work requirements for the SNAP people. This guy is just. They hadn't touched on the Medicare. They hadn't touched on the Social Security. At least I'll be able to pay my rent. The thing that was getting me all this time when these guys had started playing head games with this thing for months is it going to be affecting my rent for the next month and the month after that? If they can get this done before the 5th, before we actually do run out of money, if we do it, then I'm able to breathe a sigh of relief. I can actually contact the management's office and say, thank God we got payment coming into you guys to pay for another rent. I don't know what happens the month after that, but I know this particular month I'll be able to pay for my rent. I hope. It scares me. I haven't even saved enough for anything coming up on this damn thing. It just gets harder and harder to deal with. What's harder and harder for me to deal with is dealing with an anniversary that's popping up, and it's going to be kicking my ass on this one. It literally is. So now I got to start worrying about that. Or do I? Now, if I happen to put it into a particular term saying, where was my faith and trust in God? Still working on it. Because I wasn't quite sure if there's going to be a miracle on this one or not. And I should just say, okay, well, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. The thing that was terrifying me the most is not paying rent for the upcoming month. The month after that, I don't know. When you're living when you're living month to month, you're dependent upon a fixed income. Not fluid, but fixed. And you've got to balance it out like crazy every month. You've got to be going crazy concerning about what kind of bills that you're going to be paying and how much you're going to be paying for either mortgage or for rent. Now, I've been a renter all my life. A short time of an owner, or theoretical owner, of a trailer home that got out of hand. Both leasing and park rentals that my brother and I could not fight in court and got evicted. Well, we were lucky enough to get this place. Grateful enough to get this place. Despite the fact I've got a bug war continuing still. Yeah, the cockroaches. This coming Monday is going to be a Memorial Day. The company of Orkin, who usually comes in to do the weekly spraying, they're not coming in. And by the way, if you haven't seen anything, little things crawling around all over the place, no. I saw special effects. That's bug war. I got boxes all over the damn place, and I still got to clean up some areas in here that's still continuing these sorry sons of sea dogs. I can call them serious sons of bitches at this point over here. That's about it. Meanwhile, meanwhile, dealing and coping. Dealing and coping. Uh, I suppose some people out there are wondering if I've tried to keep a positive attitude about things. I just say I keep it realistic. It is what it is, and I have to deal with what is. Now, if it's going to be positive, that means I got to throw in hope. And if I'm throwing in hope, it means I'm having an active faith. I'm trying to get a leap of faith at this point over here. I got to take the plunge on this one. I got to hope and pray that my higher power has got me on this one, because it's hard as hell to let things go when you're obsessive on a lot of things in life. And this has to be one of those damn things. I'm just waiting for my dog to get off the couch and get over to me and cut me those eyes, saying that she needs to go out again. But I've been trying to keep my ears listening outside, to noises outside, whether or not, if it's going to be safe enough for her to go out. Quite honestly, the older I get, more a little paranoid I get these days. No, it's dependent upon having someone watch your back, and you're watching that person's back, and you no longer have that person. It's kind of hard to watch your own back. I don't trust anybody. I don't trust anybody. That's my problem. What would it take for me to trust him? Just a little bit of faith, a little bit of courage on my end. Saying, okay, fine. When I take the point of it, fine. I'm just going to be more wary and hoping that I don't get my back stabbed in the process while somebody else is taking the lead. And hoping I don't get to stab the person in the back. Figuratively speaking, let's just say that I don't trust anybody watching my back. But if I'm going to be watching someone else's back, I'm not going to be having, well, hope to God I'm not going to be developing those kind of tendencies of pushing them aside, and I'm going to rush right into something. I use too many metaphors like this. Zeros and ones are going to be going ape on this. They're going to be telling me that this is a problem because I'm threatening people. No, I'm not threatening people. I don't have a sword. And I just don't trust anybody, period. But I've got to take care of things. And I've got to learn how to at least trust in a power greater than myself. Because I sure as hell don't trust mortality down here, that's for sure. At least not that much anyway. I myself have been burned too many times by people's actions and words. That makes me, you know. And it kind of sucks that when I have to keep thinking about that all the time. Because, yeah, it's a hell of a lot of fear, a lot of anger, a lot of paranoia happens. And I'd seen what it does to other people left and right. But I'm also seeing it as it's happening to me as well. Dropping the guard down. That's the thing. Dropping the guard down and pretending or hoping that things will be somewhat okay. I had to take that leap of faith. If somebody's going to tell me to lower the sword down, fine. I'll just have to have it put away somehow. But not to where I'm going to be going after people left and right with the damn thing. I remember what Christ's counsel was to Peter in the Garden of Gethsemane. He was basically telling him, "You're going to be still. You're going to be dealing with the sword all the time. You're going to be, you're going to be killed by this damn thing. Put it away." And not just the physical. We're talking about the psychological and the spiritual at this point over here. We always have these kind of deflector shields and force fields and brick walls and stuff that we put up in order to protect our inner selves. We have to put up all the damn veneer and facade in the front in the hopes that maybe someone won't be able to sneak behind and see what the hell we really look like and what we are. It's during that time when we feel open and vulnerable. That, yeah, if here kicks in and here comes, well, if we're going to be putting Star Trek terminology at this point over here. If you get past the deflector shields, here comes the phasers, the photon torpedoes ready to blast your ass. How about that one? Cowboy diplomacy. Fire phasers first, vaporize, and then maybe analyze them, see whether or not they were legitimate or not. Of course, that would be Klingons, I think. Of course, we had to do it in the Federation style of doing hailing frequencies open, sir. And we have to find out whether or not are they hostile or not. And if they are, then we have to be defensive at this point over here. If you're a frickin' Klingon at this point over here, let's have a battle at this point. Yeah, but I'm not a Klingon. I'm human, damn it. And I still have to watch out for the justifications that puts me into those kind of situations where I'm so damn uncomfortable all the damn time I'm blaming everybody else. No, because it doesn't resolve issues. And I still have to watch out what I'm doing and saying these days. I can have the freedom to say it. The thing is, am I prepared for the consequences afterwards? And the ripple effect afterwards. So those are the things I still have to keep thinking about and talking about. So, enough of that tonight. I'm going to see if she's going to be ready for it. Take her outside for a walk. I'll probably be doing another letter to the Pac-Man guy. Yeah, I've been seeing this guy for about a few years on social media. Sometimes I understand him, and other times they're like, what the hell are you doing this shit for in the first place, you twit? Good Lord, man. Allowing all these maggots coming over here, and we got to have these people on file. I guess maybe we need something or someone to blame or laugh at and make ridicule. I guess we're going to have to. Just to make ourselves feel good. I mean, you're talking about an ego trip at this point. Fuck. So what is the point for all these progressive medias? To show them that they're better than everybody else? Or they're going to try to pulling the wool over our eyes again like everybody else has been trying to? We always got this slant. We always have this point of view that either you obey it, you listen to it, Oh, we're going to say or do something nasty because you're not listening or doing anything we want you to. We're warning you about these things, but you're not listening. You're right, I'm not listening because I'm turning you guys off and I'm putting something else on that I can listen to, that I can understand, and I can deal with. If you don't like it, there's the door. Click on the mouse button, get yourself offline, or get out of my digital domain there. Meanwhile, I'll deal with what I've got. You think, you see, it's I'm not stressing over how many people I may or may not lose, or how many subscribers I may or may not gain over. Originally, when I was doing this log, the Diary of the Griever named John Weaver, originally was supposed to be for mental health, but then I switched over to the grieving because that became more of a priority. And I had to focus on myself. This was like self-help guru situation. I didn't count on subscribers. I didn't count on any followers. I didn't count on any comments out there. I didn't comment on anything. I just needed to tell my story. I needed to tell my sorry ass story to people. Because in the event, I'm actually not able to do anything else anymore, at least I left a legacy that people can may try to research a little bit later of how a guy either reached a breaking point and had to choose to pass voluntarily, or it was chosen for him. But I'm not planning on a voluntary yet. I'm not doing that just yet. I still got a few more things I still want to accomplish in life. So I'm not ready for that crap yet. Now, as for someone else's public opinion over here thinking about what hell I'm saying, let them say it, whatever they got to say. Let them do what they got to do. I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm doing what I'm thinking, feeling. I'm putting myself through. And I'm putting it on record. You don't like it? On that one. I put myself in that kind of egotistical, prideful situation there. Like, you can't tell me anything. I'm bitching. Yeah, right. I'm just a frickin' fool and idiot. That's what I am. Shit. I can denigrate myself like, this isn't Halloween. And I gotta deal with teenagers. Holy vey. Alrighty, enough of this one here. We'll saddle this one up and send it out.